What's up, everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we have another breakdown for you today on Dwayne Haskins Combine. Just want to get a little bit more information about how Dwayne Haskins is doing overall as a prospect, and just want to give you a nice little update here. One of the great things that stands out about Dwayne Haskins is the guy is just so accurate. I mean, he misses a few balls here in the actual combine, and we just kind of we'll go into some information about why that happened and how that happened. But when he wants to be accurate, when he focuses on accuracy, the guy just doesn't miss, and it's very, very impressive. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and start breaking this down here. So the first thing that I want to say is when we go through here and we get the looking at the release time. So right now it's at 9:959, and he spends probably about 0.2 seconds with the loading phase. And then spends another about 0.2 seconds for the release phase / transition. And the reason I want to give these numbers to you guys is because then that helps you in understanding how fast he's getting the ball out of his hands. Now, if we go into Patrick Mahomes, we'll go to Patrick Mahomes real quick. Go into some similar type of things here. Like this one for him. So he starts at 2.7, 2.3. He spends about 1 point, or I guess that's not 1, it's 0.13 during his loading. So then his transition is from the rest of that, which goes from he gets rid of the ball about 2.763. So he spends, that's the loading phase. And he spends about 0.27 in the transition phase. And he gets the ball out at about 27.62 or 27.63. So he's at about 0.4 seconds. And really going back to, I know this is supposed to be on Dwayne Haskins. Dwayne Haskins is about in the same area. And the reason I wanted to bring that up and actually show it is just because got some interest in his just overall release. So the idea of making this was just to show that, you know, Mahomes has about a 0.4 second release time. Brady also has about a 0.4 second release time. And Haskins here also has about a 0.4 second release time. So all these guys are on about the same track in terms of being able to get the ball out of their hand. So, I mean, that doesn't mean that I'm comparing them or saying that they're going to be you know, Brady or any of those guys. There's plenty of guys that have not made, that have better release times, and plenty of guys that are succeeding with, you know, faster releases or slower releases. So, you know, that's not a make it or break it for somebody, but the reason that he's not going to play is because he gets the ball out of his hands too slow. He's right up there with some of the guys that are, you know, the top guys in the NFL in terms of his overall release. Now, what I really like about his overall throw here is He does such a great job of being able to drive off that back leg and really allows his hips to dominate this movement. Look at how well he's able to create rotation within the hips. First, he initiates it by pushing off of that back leg and creating that internal rotation in that back hip. And by doing that, that forces external rotation within the front hip. So internal rotation of the back leg makes it so you get better external rotation of the front leg. Your hips move together, right? So if your weight's going this way, if you're shifting to the left within your back hip, then that makes it so now your left hip has to adjust and continue rotation as well. And then from there, he creates good separation within his spine. So he creates that rotation in the hips. Now his spine gets going, and then here comes the arm, the elbow, and the shoulder to be able to follow through it and release through, and he puts it absolutely on the money. Hits the guy right in the chest. And it's just a very easy thing for him to do in order to create a lot of overall force there, and a lot of accuracy. It seems like a lot of these balls he kind of misses it on the first one, and then is able to get more success with it after that. Now let's go into one where he didn't have as much success in, which here, if we watch, see how he goes and he almost pivots off that leg early here. So he doesn't have that front leg down. He pivots off that the back leg early before he has that front leg down, which now instead of creating that good rotation that we saw on that other throw, he's almost creating more of an upward rise, right? So because that hip doesn't have any place to land on, he gets a little bit of external rotation, but not near as much external rotation you'll see as he's used to creating, which creates more of a rise in the ball. Now he's not able to get up and over as well or as cleanly, and that's what causes that ball to end up going a little bit high. Now we'll watch this next one. Watch his feet. A lot of this stuff has to do with your feet, guys. So gets that back foot down, right? Pushes, but this time when he's pushing, and freaking things in the way, he has that front foot down. So now look at how when he's pushing, he's creating external rotation and actually absorbing the weight on that front hip. So he's pushing off and actually able to get all the way up and around. So now as he's coming through, he's able to come downwards on the ball and finish all the way through, which makes it so now he can put the ball right in the place that he wants it to get into. Right, again, we'll notice how it's all about see how he's pushing out that back leg with that front foot off on the ground. Now he can better shift. Okay, see the difference there in that one in comparison to that one that we showed before where he's pushing off that back leg. He just didn't have the timing right. So he's pushing off that back leg and he doesn't have anything to shift his weight into. Okay, and I know this one ended up messing up with the blue, but boom, that foot's down. Now he's pushing off the back leg, and now he has something to absorb all that weight into, so now he can continue that external rotation and be able to finish all the way up and through. So you got to be able to get that front leg down. You got to be able to create a lot of force off of your back leg, and it initiates through the hips. If you don't have the right hip range of motion and you're not utilizing your hips and your lower body the right way, then you're going to have a harder time putting a lot of velocity on the ball and a lot of time being able to or also not be able to be as easily accurate. Let's watch this deep ball here. So the big difference is that here with the deep ball, and you can still see, I'm going to try to zoom in the best I can. You can still see that he pushes off and he gets rotation in the hips, but notice how now he brings that ball down a little bit differently to make it so now he can load and get a lot more external rotation. This is the big thing for you guys if you're trying to throw the ball further. Look at how much more external rotation he's able to create there. And I know, a lot of times people are like, oh, how do you get more external rotation? How do you get more external rotation? And, you just got to stretch out the shoulder. You got to be able to put more load on the shoulder to be able to create that more external rotated position, which will help you in maximizing your overall throw. So that's definitely a big thing here, guys. You got to be able to work on that. If you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to us. We'd love to help you out with our throw programs. We'd love to be able to get you guys more information about what we do with quarterbacks from an online perspective. I think there's a lot of benefit that we give you guys strictly online. So if you have any information about that or any questions about that, want to learn a little bit more, you can always reach out to us, and we'd love to be able to help you out. Also, check out our Instagram. We have a lot of cool stuff on our Instagram. YouTube, we have a lot of cool programs going on. So, yeah, let me know if you guys have any questions, and we'll talk soon. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you can subscribe down below, and that way you can get updates on any of the new videos that we get. Also, if you want to, you can check out some of our other breakdowns for speed and throwing. We have exercises, also jumping mechanics videos, a lot of great stuff within our channel. Hope you enjoy.